Hi everybody, welcome back to the Claremont Classic Garage. Today we're going to take a stroll around the Georgian Bay Steamshow in Cookstown, Ontario. Let's have a look. So at this show they've got a little bit of a swap meet going on, so it's our nature. We hit that first. We got a few goodies. I'll show them to you when we get back home. But for now we're going to go check out the actual show. Oh, here we go. We got some big stuff in this row. This New Holland is beautiful. I don't think it's too old. New Holland, 1997, built in Winnipeg, Manitoba. The thing is immaculate. Beautiful shape. A 1997. For old guys like me, you say, well, that's not that old. Well, yeah, it's getting there. Yeah, it's almost 30 years old. Grain truck. Every farm had a grain truck. Back in the day, it was just be a 3/4 ton pickup with a dump box on the back, you know. And they've come a long way since then. This is beautiful. Love the old Kenworth cabovers. Another Kenworth grain truck. Great big Mac. Oh, look at that with a Detroit 92 in it. Oh, I'd love to hear this thing sing. Yeah, there she is in there. Here's a 1950 according to the decal on it. Rio. Isn't this cool? How about this tiny little crawler? Made in Canada. It's a Laurentide Beetle. It's got a small 4-cylinder flathead gas engine in it. Isn't that slick? It's got all the literature about it here. Here's a nicely patinaed Massey 35 diesel. Never been messed with. They're only original ones. Now here we've got a whole row of versatile Arctics. These things are pretty neat. This one's got a Cummins V8 in it. That's pretty cool. And what you'll find odd about this, it's an open station. I've never seen one of these things with an open station. Has somebody taken the cab off it, or did it come like this? I don't know. But that's pretty neat. These are pretty impressive machines. Now we seem to have entered the Massey Harris department. It's a 33 diesel. Back in these days, in the early 50s, the diesels were a hard sell. It took a long time to get the farmers to warm up to the diesels. And then it finally got to the point where it was almost impossible to find a gas tractor. Things change. It's a nice cock shot. Another cock shot, and this is from the, oh, this one's a puller. This is from later on when cock shot, White, Oliver were all basically just the same thing, right? Here's a couple of beaver tractors made in Brantford. Aren't they neat? The theme I think this year is Canadian made, so there's a lot of Canadian. There's the drive. Look at the ring and pinion inside the wheel. That's what drives this thing. That's quite a gear ratio you've got happening there. Holy moly. There's the operator station. Here's a Sawyer Massey in Hamilton, Ontario. What is this one? Oh, an Ideal. Sold new in Manitoba, manufactured in Brantford, Ontario. The tag on the radiator. This also has a piston engine, and quite an interesting one. It's an opposed an opposed 2-cylinder. Here's 1 cylinder. You can actually see the bottom of the piston there, and there's the connecting rod. There's the other cylinder at the back. You can see here, look at, that's the camshaft exposed. That's valve gear there. That's like the size of the connecting rod out of a you know, a modern engine. But that's just to operate the valve. There's the other one down there. You can see the other valve. So this thing, yeah, it's like a 2-cylinder boxer. Can't get over the size of that piston though. It's probably about, I don't know, 7 or 8 inches around that piston. Wow. Another gear-driven wheel, and it pulls this. What does it pull? 4 plows. Pretty good. Here we got a doodle bug. I've always loved these. So you would buy kits, and it would make a Model A Ford into a little kind of a little farm vehicle, right? Long before we had side-by-sides and ATVs, we had doodle bugs. Here's a farm wagon. They figure it's 1880 to 1890. Made in Paris, Ontario. Like, look at this. It's all original. The stenciling and everything in it. It's just beautiful. I guess this was lucky to have been stored indoors for all the years and not left outside. Here's a McLaughlin touring car. It's really old. You see it's right-hand drive. This would be from the teens. So now, seeing as how this is actually called the Georgian Bay Steamshow, here's some steam. It's a 1905 Waterloo, made in Waterloo, Ontario. Pretty neat. Looks like this one's a runner, I'd say. This one is just a static display. London and Brandon. George White and Sons Company, London and Brandon. This is just a display one. Here's a lot of neat stuff. Yeah. So a lot of these things, you see over there, that's a portable boiler, right? It doesn't drive around. So they would tow that portable boiler around to where they need it. And then these are all steam-driven tools and implements and stuff. You can see here, here's a steam hose that attaches this. They've got a big, like a trunk manifold over there with steam lines going out to all these different little machines. This is a nice doctor's buggy. Made in Coldwater, Ontario. An Empire garden tractor. Pretty neat. Made in Canada. This is cool. We got the sawmill running. It's got a Farmall Super M. You can see it over there running the whole thing. Here's this looks like an interesting place. We'll have to check that out and maybe make a trip there. Another Waterloo. Here's another doodle bug. Oh, I got to get my hands on one of these. Here's some modern stuff, a Case Magnum. Look at this thing. Wow. Jeez. A big Fendt Very impressive machines. See, now they've got 3-point hitches on the front, not just the back. See, look at this. This is a weight. That is solid cast iron. Whoa. Don't drop that on your foot. And Massey Ferguson. Here's a wee little fella. Doug McIntosh, Maplewood, Embro. Yeah, that's just a little one compared to this guy. Look at this thing. Wow. Another Waterloo. Tractor, traction engine headlight. Look at that. So this one can work at night. Fascinating. George White, this one. Another George White. Here's a Case Combine, 1962 it says. Open station, look, you just sit up there. We'll just walk the rows here. Lots of deers in this row. And one mini mow. Nice set of discs on this deer. A rake or something on the back of this one. This is a tiny little guy. A 320. 430. That's kind of just a nice size, that one, I think. Beautifully done. Like, this thing is done to the nines. Here's a pretty serious Alice WD. All rigged up for pulling. It's got shaved tires, lots of weight. Front distributor 8N. Crop Master, David Brown. Now that's nice. Oh, we got the tractor games going. They're pushing. You got to push a barrel with the tractor. Oh, there's two of these. Look at that. There's two of them. Aren't they nice? Look at this big monster. 720 diesel. Wow. Oh, 7020, not 720. Good grief. Here's an Oliver. An Oliver 70. Alice 1010. Another Alice puller. This one's pretty. It's just a nice shade of orange. I like the shade of orange that they used on these. Farmhouse Super MTA. Look at that. Wow, that's beautiful. Another puller. Look at the weights on it. Wow. W4. We had one of these for a while from Deb's dad. Two-cylinder deer. Oh, here's a nice 8N side distributor. Yeah, nothing wrong with that at all. Orchard tractor, McCormick. Small little one. Co-op puller. Overhead valve motor in that one. The General. Cleveland Tractor Company. Cletrac. Pretty neat. The General. It's a little wheel horse. Here's one you won't see every day, a Cockshut 550. This one here is a 1938 Graham Bradley. Whatever that is, it's a beautiful tractor. I mean, this thing is slick. There you go. Okay, so it was made by Graham Page. They made cars. And he bought it in the Sears catalog. Built by Graham, equipped by Bradley. Well, there you go. Production lasted only 2 years. And then the war broke out. Graham became Kaiser Motors after the war, acquiring and becoming Jeep before selling to AMC. Okay, so now you know the story. 4320 deer. Very nicely done. A couple of Rumleys. These things are neat. And a smaller one. More deers. I like these little ones. Alice B. That's another cute little guy, isn't he? It's a two-seater. Or a good 1.5 anyway. New Holland case 1210. Case David Brown. Yeah, there was a lot of brand engineering going back in the days as these tractor companies were all acquiring each other and rebranding existing products. And there was a lot of that stuff going on back in the, you know, the 80s, 90s, early 2000s. Look at the rubber on this. You can see where they've made the wheels wider. They've cut them and added that piece in there. And then this is probably from a third wheel, right? So you can get some big tires on this thing. But I gotta say, I like the look. It's kind of like high flotation. Maybe this thing, you know, was working somewhere really muddy or soft. Crawler. It's a Cletrac. It's a Cletrac. Oh, there's more Rumleys. Look at this tiny little McCormick. Isn't that adorable? Got a nasty scar there on the side of the block, but we don't let stuff like that bother us. A couple of mine got similar scars and war wounds. Yeah, these Rumleys are cool. 1929, 1928. These things are just about 100 years old. 1928. It's got a trailer he pulls around with it. Here's a Fordson Model F. This is pretty neat. We've got a Model N sitting under the maple tree at home. The F was the original version of the Fordson tractor. Had little different. It ran on the buzz boxes like a Model T, like an early Model T, with that, and it had magnets and coils in the flywheel to energize it. All gone from this one. It's got, okay, so this one's been converted to a mag, which would have been like a Fordson N ran on a mag. International. Cormac Jr. Hart Parr. This would later become Oliver Hart Parr. 1927. Eagle tractor. Eagle Manufacturing, Appleton, Wisconsin.
I don't think this comes with it. No.
It's pretty neat. It's got a little compressor on it. Eagle tractor. There you can see there, so it's a 2-cylinder. Although, unless it's opposed, there may be another 2 cylinders at the other end, but I'm kind of guessing that these are the only 2. You can see all the exposed valve gear. Oh, but it does have roller rockers. Look at that. Here's a bunch of smaller stuff. Case. This is a Gibson, I think. Yep, Gibson. This is how about this one? It's a scale model of a Cock Shut 30. There's some more scaled down John Deere's. I think the one on the left is an actual lawn tractor. But this one here is a scale model. Look at the size of that engine. Oh, watch your toes.
So like if you were to say sell, what would you sell for? Well, I've seen on Facebook.
Lots of John Deere's painted all different colors. So here you go. These things are actually real. John Deere in 1969 introduced the custom color line of lawn and garden tractors. They are referred to today by collectors as the Patio series. So it was just a marketing thing. That's quite interesting. Except they inadvertently made this one look like a New Holland or a Ford. Well, you could fool your neighbors. So this is a homemade garden tractor from 1930s, built by Bruce and Fred Barkey of Markham, Ontario. This Alice Chalmers is beautiful. Little stationary engine. Another walk-behind garden tractor. And this is quite interesting, this one. Another homemade. Oh, made again by Fred Barkey. Quite interesting. How about this beautiful Fargo dump truck? Oh, wow. Okay, looks like we're going to get a demonstration of the rock crusher now. That's a beauty, eh? Let's smash some cinder blocks. Okay, here we go. And then you'll see the stuff come up the belt and into the dump truck. Well, sounds like it's doing something. Yeah, here comes the stuff out the chute. Okay, this guy's giving the thumbs up. We got the sawmill hooked up to the steam tractor now. So we're gonna see if we can run a log through with steam power. This fella's here, he's just making sure the belt is aligned good. Here it comes. Now they'll just start sneaking up on it. There he goes. He's pulling the log over a little bit more. You see it move. Live edge. Okay, we'll watch one more cut. Here we go. Now we're cutting. Fantastic. Here's a bunch more little stuff. There's a pump. Fairbanks Morse, look at that. Gilson, Guelph. Lister. Absolutely fascinating, these things. Maytag washing machine. All kinds of different, that's a saw. Wow. Look at this thing. Holy Toledo. Look at the bar on this chainsaw. Look at that, there you go. Home light, a 2-stroke skill saw. That's fascinating. Unreal. What in the world does this thing do? Oh, a rammer. Maybe for pounding in fence posts or something. This guy, oh, it's a real mower. There you go. I hope it's self-driving. Yeah, it must be. Wouldn't want to be pushing that around in the grass.
Then it's lowered, or you could probably just take the frame off and then swap this with wood.
I don't know what Cooper would think of all this hissing and popping. Here's a really nice batch of Alice Chalmers garden tractors. Got a bit of a car show going on here. Deb loves this old GMC truck. $19.40. Old heater over there on the floor. Two-stick transmission. We've got the windshields open. Isn't that beautiful? This 55 Ford is pretty nice too. Big Pontiac. Always get nice old pickup trucks out in farm country. F-100 Ranger. For sale. Could be yours. This one looks like it's from out west or something. It's got the nice patina going on, but no holes. It's a neat old baler. Not a pile of cars here. They're kind of directly competing with Fenton Falls today, right? So, but they still get a few out. Nice to see them. You can see here everybody's starting to get their steam built up because at noon the whistles are going to go off. Don't want to miss that. Here we go. Well, that was one. Where's everybody else? Oh, here we are. We got a fella climbing up this one. This stuff is all up and running now. Pretty neat. A lot of cast iron here. Here's a couple of machines hooked up to thrashers. Old International crawler, gas engine. Very beautifully restored. Here's some of the pullers that'll be pulling tonight. It's an Alice. Farmall Big Red. It's pretty cool. Pretty nice truck too. Sport. Man, that thing is clean. Lots of rust check in it. I can see it all over the frame. Looks like they'll be pulling the Executioner tonight. I've pulled that with my little Ferguson. They'd probably set it up a little more aggressively for these guys, I would bet. And there's a couple of other sleds over here that I guess they probably live here. All right, well, that'll wrap up our day at the Georgian Bay Steam Show. When we get home, I'll show you what we got in the swap meet. So here's our few little bits and pieces that we got from the swap meet at the tractor show today. That's a breakaway clamp for hydraulic remotes on a tractor. This is a brand new, it's a MotoMaster oil filter, but it's the equivalent of a PH8, you know, Chrysler or Ford. I got a trailer light. I use these on my trailers, and I use them as taillights on the tractors that we fix up. I found this cool pair of old Stuart Warner gauges. I would like to maybe find a temperature gauge to replace the amp gauge in there, but it's really cool. It uses the old style Stuart Warner lighting. It's a really neat piece. And we got the 66 Ford Mercury Meteor shop manual. So this is applicable to our 66 Galaxy 500 Project Big 6. So that'll do it for that. That's our 2025 visit to the Georgian Bay Steam Show. I really wanted to participate this year, but number one, it kind of snuck up on us, and number two, we've just been so busy with Jackson's Auto Wreckers and a couple of other things that, well, I just didn't have time to get ready for it. No problem. We'll be there next year. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for tuning into the Claremont Classic Garage. I hope you'll come back and see us again soon. And until then, I'm Kevin saying so long for now.